OSD. It is Wednesday, the best damn day of the week. Yes, this is OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, the OG Sneaker Talk Show, episode 306. It is Wednesday, the best day. You know how we get down. It is always on time. We salute. Hopefully you had a great Memorial Day weekend and you had lots of laughs, lots of fun, lots of good stuff happening for you and your family. Yes, the Soul Doctors and Disorders are in the building, so thank you for rocking with us. But first and foremost, we have to take a pause, a moment to stop and reflect, and more importantly say, rest in peace to the one and only, the late, great Dr. Maya Angelou, who passed earlier today. Word. Man, I mean, there's so many poems, so many songs, so many dances. People don't know that, you know, she was not only just a poet, a laureate, a doctor, inspiration, a positive innovator, but more importantly, she knew how to have a good time. And if you had an opportunity to meet Dr. Maya Angelou, you certainly could tell her spirit was certainly undeniable, and certainly, you know, she's certainly looking over all of us. So we say, you know, rest in peace and power to her and her family and all the people's lives that she touched, because more importantly, her memory lives on with all of us who are certainly here on this earth. So rest in power, Dr. Maya Angelou. Peace and pounds. My goodness, we're losing some distinguished, important people. But, you know, that's why we always talk about it, you know, put people over sneakers, live every day to the fullest, and more importantly, spread love. It's not only the Brooklyn way. So we hope we had a great Memorial Day weekend. You were able to cool out, chill, walk good, talk good, get some barbecue, you know, all that good stuff. But this is episode 306. We got a great show in store. Let's go straight to the Soul Doctors and the Disorderlies, because they give you that food for your soul, literally and figuratively. Let's go straight to the champion, the original, the queen. It's heavy on her head. She is... Oh, shit! It's Flower!
What's up, crew? What's up, Disorderlies?
What up?
Anybody got any leftover chicken off the grill?
Oh, man. I ate it last night.
Any leftover Hirachis?
Yep, they're still good.
See? Still walking good, talking good. Man, oh man. Let's go.
I wore them again yesterday. I wore them again.
You wore them again?
They're still good.
That's a good thing.
Not even a paint chip, no nothing.
See? That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Man,
Let's go for Miss Flower, the champion. Straight to Houston. We don't have a problem. The one and only Mr. Kadoma is in the building. What's up, sir?
What's up, everybody? What's up, D? What's up, Paper? What's up, OSD cast and crew? All the Obsessive Sneaker Disorderlies around the world, man. Had to step out for a minute. I was grinding. But, you know, I'm always here in spirit, man. I got that Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, and it does not go away.
No cure.
So I've just been grinding real hard on the next big event, H-Town Sneaker Summit, Summer 14. You know it's going down Sunday, July 27th at the Reliance Center, which is now the NRG Center. They just signed a new deal.
Word.
Everybody asks me what event is my favorite, the winter or the summer, and my answer is always the same, the summer, man. So hoping to see all the Disorderlies out there. Sunday, July 27th, we got all the ticketing and travel info on our page, sneakersummit.com. So that's what's up. In the meantime, I copped some new kicks. You know, I haven't been in here in a minute, so I got to show these off.
Show it off.
These are my favorite right here, the Pure Boost.
You know I'm going to get on you. You know I'm going to get on you. So
It's an Adidas night.
Hey, for a month, I've been looking for my everyday summer joints, and I have to say this is it right here.
Oh,
they look like socks.
The comfort is unmatched right now. I don't know if I would consider this like a athletic
Sock,
shoe though. No, Not sock. There's a little more sturdiness to this, but it's definitely summer. It's definitely lightweight. I've been waiting for the right shoe to try the Boost cushioning, and the Pure Boost was all about it. So I tried them on. There's nothing out there like it, in my opinion, and feels like walking on gummy bears. So I'm not sure. I would like to get Steve's opinion. I'm not sure. It's like a shoe. When I put it on, I was like, "Whoa! I don't know if I could really like go hard in these. Like, it's a really unique feeling. The Pure Boost sole. Other pickups. Let's see what I got here. I had to grab these. You know, I'm a big fan of Asics. Probably my favorite.
I'm sick tonight. I'm
I had to grab like the Brazil, the World Cup,
That was a lovely.
Gelite 5 joints, and put the rope laces in there to give a little personal touch.
Of course
So
you did.
I haven't rocked these yet, just around the house, but they are very comfortable. I usually rock some of the more modern Asics, but I do like the retros.
Those are dope.
This definitely is a nice shoe, man. I'll be wearing this the entire run of the World Cup Brazil. So that's what I got right there.
Nice.
Very nice.
I see what you got there, Paper.
It's awfully fly knitted.
Paper's got the Element Refine. Now that is more of a sock.
There we go.
Hey,
Just like yours.
But he paid the price of a good pair of socks, so
Yes,
I
I
can't
did.
blame him.
4 pairs I bought this weekend.
I go
4
by
pairs
4
of
pairs.
Element Refines.
Yeah,
Look at this guy, and he goes and trumps me.
it's a nice summer shoe, man. I like the Element Refine. I've tried it on for what it is, but yeah, it's one of those minimalist shoes.
Right.
You know?
I can just tell it's hard for you to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I like to get what I pay for, so it's hard for me to pull the trigger if it's over $100 on something like that. And Paper definitely got a steal on his. So.
Oh, you think I got to steal? Wait till Ridiculous shows you his price.
Yeah, hold on. I put it up there for y'all. Hold tight. Hold
Wait
tight.
till he shows you his price.
Can y'all see that?
Who else has?
$23.53. He
Yeah,
paid
bro.
Element Refines?
than I did.
Yeah, bro.
Where was that
Oh
at?
yeah, bro.
That
Yeah.
had to be an outlet.
No. They're
Something.
red dot. They're
Where's
red
the
dotted.
Steve? Where are you, Steve?
They're red dotted. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Absolutely. We can hear you loud and clear.
They're red dotted.
He said
They're
money
red
in the
dotted
bank.
They're red dotted at finish
Huh.
line, bro. Y'all just gotta go looking, man. Y'all just gotta go looking.
So for the listeners and viewers, let's finish with our intros first. Did we finish our
Absolutely.
intros?
No, we have to get to. We got to see.
We
We
gotta
got to
finish
get to
our
the one.
intros.
The
so
one and only
obsessed right now.
Jesse.
We're literally obsessed right now.
PDX in the building. What's up, Jesse?
Yo, Jess.
Hello, Disorderlies and fellow Obsessive Sneaker Disorder peoples. It's good to be back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome
Getting
back.
Education, running around, doing what I do. As you can see, the sneaker pile has been disrupted since we got nice weather out here, so I got to clean up. But
Okay.
good to be back. Hope everybody's doing well.
Well,
And,
we're glad you're back, kid.
This is good to be here. It's good to be here right now.
Glad you're back. Glad you're back.
Word.
Let's go straight to the O, to the N, to the E. Yes, he already showed up to his receipt and all that good stuff.
He did his Whitney
Money in
Houston
the bank.
thing.
What up? Hold up, Piper. Redo that. Take them pics down. They got numbers on them, baby. I'm gonna put these up blacked
Uh-oh.
out for witness protection. There you go.
There you go. There we go. True,
What's up,
true.
everybody? What's going down?
Good. It's the
Disorderly
best day.
crew. What's happening?
We are good. We are in here. We are in here. And Paper Chaser himself, what's the good word?
Hey, I'm here, man. Fresh off a few days down in the ATL. Shout out to Soul Brother Needed Heat. Shout out to my product of Kingston. Shout out to Reg Red. I was down in the A over the weekend. Yo, he needs to just stop. We need to just cut his
Yo,
camera.
that's my man. That's my man Jesse right there. That's he hooked it up. This is my trump card. He can't scream on me about nothing Adidas tonight because he helped me. He helped
Word. He's an
me.
accomplice. He's a getaway driver.
And let's just say that both of those pairs was less than the one pair Kadoma bought.
That's true.
I got you, Kadoma. Don't worry, dog.
I want to know, with A&I wearing a size 6, why nobody hit us up and tell us y'all found some goodies?
Exactly. Y'all being shady.
Uh-oh. We getting called on our shit.
Yeah, look at you looking away.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear me.
Why you say me
I
not
don't
hear
even
you?
know.
Me not
I
hear.
don't even know.
No cake for none of you.
Oh man, see.
That ain't right.
You got the Janet Jackson hair, and she means it too, y'all.
Exactly. We're the nation.
So, hey, what's been up?
Nothing much. Same shit. Different day.
What's your latest sneaker cop?
What was the last thing I bought? Oh, those Claw Money Vandals. That was like the last thing I bought. I got them off eBay for like $75.
Heard that. Shout
Okay.
out to money.
And leopard and leopard print Vans when I went to Florida like a few months ago, they were like $30.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Does the champion Don over there, Soulflower, have her hardware yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
About to say she about to be stunting right now.
Oh, what happened?
About to say she's supposed to be stunting right now. You gotta take care of that so she can get stunting.
Absolutely.
I have to say to Aid the Great and Flower, props on the tight game. As
Oh, well, thank you.
I was paying attention, and ladies was trying to tell y'all something with them tights. It was dope.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So,
Cool.
D, what did you last get?
Oh man, it's been so long. I'm not gonna lie.
You've actually been giving stuff away.
Yeah, I haven't bought a pair. I did receive a pair of the ZX Flux though, you know, courtesy of Adidas and Size Matters. So I've been wearing those, and I can't compare them to the Roshis, you know, because I don't have a pair.
Roche.
Is it Roche? I want, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, because I was like,
Is that like a Target Target thing? Like,
Exactly.
I'm like, Roche, what the fuck is it? Like, really, like, what is it? So, all I know is you can't flux with the ZX Flux. Those, they are so comfortable. And these are obnoxiously bright. They're neon yellow, like this neon. You know, this is something else, but they're just bright. They scream, look at me, and they basically say, F your kicks. F your kicks.
Oh.
So I definitely want to get a couple other pair at some point. I want to get like a bright orange though. For some reason, I want like another like just safety orange. That's what I want.
If you were a soccer coach, you would do that.
Well, yeah, but I'm paper. You know how we say. I say I can wear bright colors. I'm Caribbean. I not care what you like. Me like me walk. Me buy what me like. Me bright.
That's true.
You know, so.
That's true. That's very Islander of you.
Exactly. Just give me floral print. I'd wear the floral print shit, but I can't find them in my size. But
I can't front. I did see the Flux before I called ridiculous, and it was black on black, and I was like,
ooh. But was the midsole? The only problem I have with that was the midsole white.
the midsole was black.
Oh, it was straight black?
Right, so they did straight black before they did the black and white, and nobody why it was in the employee store, and I was like,
so then, okay.
I thought I could hide, and I almost went for it, but nah. I made the phone call.
Okay. There you go.
That's why you sounded mad when you called. You was like, you didn't even say hi. I said, what you want?
And he called you. He said, what you want? And he called you.
Yep.
That was
So
a good
Baker,
assist, though. Salute, Jesse. That was a good assist.
that's a good one.
Absolutely.
There'll be
Absolutely.
many more. There'll be many more. You know
Let's
that.
talk about this money thing. These OS people are paying attention to OSD stocks and
Are
OSD
they?
invest. Yeah, people. I saw people today were on top of it. So
Really?
yeah, let's talk about what this good old stock market was doing.
All right. So we're going to get right into it right now, just like we do every day. Well, Monday through Friday for clarification purposes. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or later. We, again, OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, are the only ones on the internet who give you results of some of the stocks that we watch on the markets around the world every day. So you can catch that on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus every day, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or later. And today was another, hodgepodge of, well, not really a hodgepodge. It's really based on the stocks we watch all day. It was a little bit of a bloodbath, but we'll get right into it. Nike finished at 76.27 per share, down 34 cents per. Skechers, who is in the middle of a hotbed of controversy and all kind of news one way or the other these days. Matt Powell, shout out to you. Skechers finished at 43.77, up 24 cents per share today. Vanity Fair Corporation finished at $62.68 per share, down 21 cents. Under Armour finished at $50.15 per share, up 30 cents per share. Deckers Outdoor finished at $77.47 per share, down 79 cents per share. There's talk of them possibly on the market, maybe running to about $90 and above per share in some related articles. So we need to watch for that. Foot Locker Incorporated finished at $48.48, up 5 cents per share. And that was the last positive stock we reported today. Everything else was in the red. Adidas AG on the OTC market finished at $53.34, down 26 cents per share. Puma AG on the ETR market finished at $213.20 in euros, down 85 cents per. eBay finished at $50.39 per share, down $1.38 per. They were the biggest loser on the day out of the stocks that we watched. And Finish Line Incorporated. Shout out to Finish Line. Y'all took care of me all weekend. Got ridiculous right too. Finish Line finished at $29.14 per share, down 39 cents per share on the day. So once again, OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, world's most dangerous sneaker talk show. We are the only ones who give you the results of these stocks that we watch every day, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or later on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. So you know where to get at us. Make sure you're watching. Any reaction to that? Look like a little bloodbath today on the markets, fellas and ladies.
It's only a matter of time because numbers are coming out. Summer is a weird time period for all these footwear companies, sneaker companies. It's still weird weather here in the Northeast. Particularly in North America, we've been having some wild. So that's definitely going to affect the numbers a little bit. Matt Powell, I actually did reach out to him and try to get him to come on and be a guest on our show, and he basically said that we are way past his bedtime, so we're going to probably set up a special episode, and we're going to film it and air it during another upcoming episode of OSD. But the shakeout is real. I think what's going to happen though, especially like a company like VF Corporation, which is a parent company, I think they're ready to take a dip, but they may be a strong buy. So it's one of those just companies I say keep your eye on. eBay, we know what happened with eBay. They got hacked. They sent out a blast of emails to change your passwords and all that stuff last week on the 21st. So they're trying to figure out and reel, because people are not selling as much stuff on eBay like they used to. Why? We know this from sneakers. People are using Facebook and Instagram to sell sneakers. as well as many other products. So,
And because of those fees.
yeah, the fees are a lot. The fees are definitely, if you can go straight to the person and build your own audience, which we know people like Corgi Shoes and a number of Big Feet and all these different groups that exist on Facebook and Instagram, you can save some money and make some more money in the long run.
So from sitting in the outdoor and athletic footwear and apparel mecca they call out here Portland.
Yep.
Let's keep in mind that where'd it go? Bring it back, paper.
Paper, you put your stock.
There
we go. Sorry.
Let's keep in mind that VF Corp is also Timberland, and a couple of other brands that do very well in Europe, and the season's changing over there. And their big parent people, North Face, are starting to do a lot of stuff in the digital area. So that's definitely going to take a swing up. I don't know if it's going to be in the next 52 days, but that one's going to go up. Speaking amongst friends, Under Armour is about to relaunch their approach to women. Looks very good. It's going to come out very sharp, and we're talking a new age grade demographic, so we're talking about the women that go from 32 and plus, so not just the young ladies, so it's going to be very nice, and there is some diversity involved with this campaign, so it's going to look good. I saw that firsthand. AG, remember AG just moved their 2 directors. They just flopped people.
Right.
And they're also moving a lot of people from Portland
Germany, right?
to Canton. No, Canton.
To Canton.
Lots of people being relocated to Canton. Yeah. So
really,
yeah. I don't know if they're actually, the rumor of them leaving the building might actually happen, but there's going to be between 50 to 100 people going to Canton this summer of 14.
There have been some OGs who were down in Canton who are no longer on campus though too. So I know it's it's been
a lot of change.
A lot of change.
Reebok. It seems like the performance at Reebok internally, if you're not performing at a high level or you're not moving that Reebok brand forward, they're kind of shifting them over to Reebok and trying to get some new talent into Adidas. Wow. That's what it looks like, but you never know.
Exactly.
Well, from the people that I've spoken to at Reebok, with the recent reorg of which you speak of, some of those folks are being asked to actually sell both Adidas and Reebok at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Which I think is totally crazy. But some of those folks are actually hauling, double the load, if you will, these days because they are being asked to sell Reebok and Adidas. Which I think is totally crazy, but that's just me.
So is it going to be too confusing for a lot of folks? Is that what you think? Or is there something else that's going on there, Pape?
Well, I think like Jesse said, they're having some people sell both, and they're seeing which one they juggle without dropping to see where they end up.
Okay.
They're not doing too bad in their little niche market with CrossFit and relaunching Reebok as something besides an overall sports athletic brand as opposed to something specific, which is what they're trying to do. So they got to funnel people into that to maybe grow it. And so I think that's, if they're trying to ask them to sell Adidas too, they've never been great at North American sales, so maybe they're finally going to pay attention to it.
Yep,
but what are they selling? They're selling performance shoes, and they don't really have performance shoes turn over to lifestyle. So what are they selling? There's a challenge internally there.
Right. So we have to watch it. And once again, we are the Soul Doctors and Disorderlies of Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, the only ones on the internets who have such conversations about this business. So tune in to us. All right. Here goes something crazy. At least I think it's crazy for one of my favorite shoes. But oh, I'm not going there yet. I know what you thought I was getting ready to do, but I'm not going there yet. Did you guys see this? Tinker Hatfield's sketch of the Air Trainer 1, shoe that released in 1987, is currently listed on eBay. The sketch of this shoe, with the notes and everything, design notes and everything, is currently up to $145,000.
It's crazy. I thought that was fake, and then I was like, wow, okay.
What is that for? Is that like a charity bid, or it's just up there? Like,
so I'm going to read this courtesy. I'm going to read it courtesy of Nice Kicks. Shout out to Matt, Ian, George, Peter, all the folks over there. It says an original sketch of the Nike Air Trainer 1 by Tinker Hatfield has landed on eBay. Currently listed for a whopping $145,000. This artifact features Tinker's notes on the model, signature, and direction to fax to Mark Parker. The backstory behind that is before technology reached where it is today, designers would have to do their sketches, and they would actually have to fax them over to people who they needed to see them, wherever they were. So there was a lot of faxing going back and forth with people for interaction and feedback on designs. And some of this was actually even back then faxed over to the factories. So it's amazing to think about it in the grand scheme of things, because sneakers were actually made better back then, but they were using fax technology to communicate the designs. So it says fans of Tinker can make a play at this rare item now on eBay. Yeah, right. With a third of all the proceeds benefiting the likes of Big Brothers and Big Sisters and the National Kidney Foundation. So it's currently listed for $145,000 on eBay, with the proceeds, 1/3 of which go to Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and the National Kidney Foundation. Have at it, Soul Doctors.
I think this is a personal dream of mine to not see a sketch, but just see kind of what goes on inside of the legendary Tinker's sketchbook. I'm really hoping that at some point in time, and we've seen glimpses in the past throughout certain books, but I'm hoping at some point in time they compile a very nice book together, and we're able to see all the history of those designs that were famous, and maybe even some of those that weren't so famous or never made it to the showroom floor. I'd really like to see something like that. The sooner the better, but that's something I can hold my breath on.
You never know, but I'll tell you this much. Hold that question for when we get him back on here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still stuck on the price. There's no. I respect Tinker. I respect his design. I respect his art and the imagination that he's put into his designs. But to drop this kind of money on just that a sketch, there's so many. Again, I hate to sound cliche, but there's better ways. If I even had the money, there's better ways to spend $140,000 plus. I mean, there's kids that need books. There's people that need food. You
can say that about regular, just art in general.
True, but again, this is if someone can afford to do this, more power to you. I'm not going to hate on your pockets. Good for you, but I would rather literally put my money or spend my money on something that to me, from a personal standpoint, is more useful. I'd rather, have that money go into a pool and a teacher get a bonus at the end of a school year.
You actually bring up a very valid point when it comes to the arts and the pricing of fine art and rare collectible things. It's a discussion for a different time because it's more of a sociology thing. It's more of a classism thing. But like you said, no hating on anybody's pockets if you can do it. But if a third of those proceeds are going to that foundation anyway, how about sending that money to that foundation anyway from the very beginning versus having
Correct.
it before a sketch. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I just want to know why it's just a third.
Because the struggle is real. Someone's like, shit, you're not getting the whole thing. I'll give you, I'll give you
That's
some.
hilarious.
It's a weird thing for me, and I'll put it this way because, when I first got out here, I actually was walking across campus and got starstruck because he was walking across, and I was like, do I roll up on him or do I just let him go? And my boy was like, yo, he's mad cool. If you got the opportunity, go for it. And I rolled up, and he was like, yo, what's up? Started talking about Jordans, took a picture with me. Like, first couple months in Oregon, you know what I'm saying? I'm running into Tinker Hatfield. And I've run into him a couple times, and he makes the effort to remember who I am. He doesn't be like, oh, you're another kid. He's like, wait, I recognize your face, but I can't place the name, but tell me again. Like, he treats you like people. And he appreciates it even more when it's about, oh, you like that shoe? Well, this is why I did that. You know what I mean? Like, he talks to you like a human being. So the respect factor for Tinker is high. The second part about that,
$100,000 high?
yes. The second part about that image is there's a lot of story in that, a lot of value, a lot of kick story in that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that got faxed to Mark Parker. That actual shoe didn't get made because we all know that there's a strap on the front of that shoe that John McEnroe wore. Who put the strap on it? Mark Parker did.
Yep.
So there's a history behind even that image that leads to today. Like, you can feed into the store. You can get an understanding of where Nike comes from and what's going on. So, like, there's a lot of history there.
Jesse,
a lot of
Jesse,
story.
I would have to give you the Historian Award for 2014 with that one.
I mean, I totally agree with the history and the story. Okay, Jesse, then here's a question. Would you rather see that go to a private collector, or would you see that in someplace like a Smithsonian or somewhere where more people can have an attachment to it, learn more about it, have someone knowledgeable like yourself write a foreword about it, where it can touch more lives? Or is this a private collector thing worth
the
hundreds of
realistic
thousands of
part of me will say I have no say in that because we understand, it's cream around here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's no doubt in that. I'm not, but again, when I get with this crew, we can talk about things that will raise the elevation of obsessive sneaker disorder people, and that's what we try to do. And so that's what I saw. You know what I mean? I didn't really think about anything else, but I understand where you're coming from with that perspective. It's unfortunate, but as of lately, I've tried to separate myself from what businesses do versus what it is that we appreciate about their product.
And that's what I'm saying from the standpoint of just conversation, just banter, if you will, because I know if I had deep enough pockets, I would be thinking differently, and I might be one to put a bid on that. I think it is. It comes with your station in life. It comes with your situation, how you see certain things. I think that's very true. So like Dee said, I can't hate on anybody with deep enough pockets to do it, and that it cross-references with meaning something to you. Well, God bless you for that.
Well, but it's definitely a big thing for. For me, it speaks to us, like, we got to continue to try to tell these stories because the companies are not going to do it. They're going to be selling stuff like this. It's going out the door. There is no kick story. There is no respect for what you buy. There is no being an educated consumer that's going to from the companies. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So,
let's keep an open mind to the fact that I think, personally, that bid reached $145,000 because there is some company or somebody or some organization behind wanting to take these sketches. This one in particular is at $145,000, but I'm sure seeing how high this got, there'll be more. I'm thinking that this was a group who was behind this that pushed this bid so high, and they probably do have the intention to archive.
I got a question.
Ridiculous.
Or maybe a corporation. I have firsthand knowledge of what Disney does. One of my mentors and my big brother works out at ABC Disney, and he told me they actively go hunting for their artifacts to bring them back home.
I was just getting ready to say that, companies go. Coca-Cola does it all the time.
Yep. Things that have been lost in the world to history, they pay top dollar to have them back home. Yep.
Hey, is that an actual like page out of a sketchbook, or is that a fax?
No, that's an actual fax page that back in the days, the design process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked. I heard you say about the design. Like, that's kind of like, that's still a stretch for $100 and something thousand. It's a fax. I don't. If it was ripped out of his book, like.
Yeah.
Well, here's what you have to realize about the design process back then. These sketches weren't just done, and then have to be redrawn on fax paper. These designs were done once.
Yeah.
But they
like,
were.
I'm all with you on that. I'm on the boat with you, big bro. But I'm just saying, like, it would hold more meaning if that was just straight up out the book that he sketched it in, or his sketch pad or whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you do that, you put it through the fax machine, somebody gets it.
Well, I think it's significant in that if you look at the image itself, I'll put it back up for
Yo, I don't even know what a fax is. What's that?
Yeah, you really don't know what a fax is. You ain't lying. You really don't know.
Considering those pictures I saw of you, you don't know what a push-up is either.
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
Wow. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, Ben, you log off for 5 minutes, bro.
Man down. Man down.
So,
just log off for 5 minutes, Ben.
Oh, I got to move myself.
Oh, man. Little brother Ben always catches.
Well, what?
So
what I miss.
So, again, to Tariq's point, what you see here on this, as I stated, outside of Tinker's original sketch, this drawing here is part of the process where they had to share feedback with each other. So that wouldn't have been done on the original sketch simply because they had to interact via fax.
So you see, I can't see it no more, but so that writing is somebody's reply to that?
That writing is actually Mark Parker and Tinker's exchange on what needs to change on the shoes.
Gotcha.
So that actually shows the feedback, some of which Jesse hinted at. I don't think actually the strap is mentioned here. It's being covered up by some of the red watermark here from Mrs. 808, whoever that may be. But it does make reference to the fact that a strap should be there. Mm-hmm. So
I get that. I like that's kind of dope to see that interaction, but like I would be more geeked to have that like piece of original stock paper, pencil drawing, like that would be more.
Well, if you had that, you wouldn't have this though.
No, I'm saying no. Personally, like I get the exchange, and especially like coming from I was like geeked on faxing when I had a Hewlett Packard PC back in the day. Like it was amazing, but me personally, I'd rather have that original stock paper with that original pencil, and I could rub it and smear some. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be more.
See, as a technophile, to me, that we're looking at a text message. We are literally looking at a text message between Tinker and Parker.
Yeah.
So I think everybody, and this is the argument for art, this is the argument for galleries and for curation of these things, is everybody sees something different in it.
Excuse me.
So, once again, it's up on eBay, listed for $145,000 as of this report, courtesy of Nice Kicks.
How did somebody named Miss 808 get their hand on this?
I'm gonna go bid $200,000.
And hope somebody trump it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Don't get stuck, video freak.
look, like in the auction, I put my hand up, I slowly bring it back down.
Don't get stuck. All right. So here's one, D. Wells. You there?
Yes, sir.
When you broke this one, I truly cracked up. I truly cracked up on this one, but the folks at Skechers are staying busy.
Oh, absolutely.
So Skechers has signed Charlie Hustle himself.
Yep.
For those who don't know who that is,
Damn, Paul George for 3.
Brother Ben Berry, don't know who Charlie Hustle is. That would be none other than Pete
Fax
Rose.
it to him. Fax it to him.
I'll send it to him on a sidekick.
Oh man, hit you on a two-way.
Get yours.
So this article was courtesy of 247 Wall Street, where they mention they go into a little bit of detail about Pete Rose's Skechers deal.
Yeah.
And they hint at the fact that this particular relaxed.
What the hell is Pete Rose doing with a deal in the first place?
Hey, listen.
Well, wait. It says here, as
Dan.
in the article, 247wallstreet.com, it says that Skechers, with this relaxed fit line, is going after the demographic of 57 to 70 years old, respectively.
Wow.
So they hired people like Joe Montana, Joe Namath, and now Pete Rose to be kind of celebrity endorsers for that demographic that they're targeting.
They're going after New Balance's old man group.
Exactly.
After they realized they weren't going to make any money with Meb, because he was a moment,
Oh my God.
they decided to stay in their lane. That's what happened.
Okay.
I thought
Skechers has been on fire though.
You ain't lying.
It says as another excerpt from the article is here. It says, what's less clear is just how much this senior-centric strategy has worked. Originally introduced in 2012, the relaxed fit line debut didn't coincide with a period of significant growth for Skechers. After a disastrous 2011, in which sales fell 20%, the company righted the ship a year later and registered revenue growth of 18% in 2013. And even better, in the first quarter of this year, reported record sales of $546.5 million.
They're making their bread. We ain't gotta like it, but they're making their bread, Jesse.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna start singing, just got paid. Friday night. Pretty soon, it's gonna be like that. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Skechers is gonna send Jesse a message with that old Rick Springsteen song. I wish I was Jesse.
The gap is too big. The gap is too big.
Oh man.
When you guarantee your stockholders $11 billion increases and you make $2 billion a year to go from 23 to 26, are you really supposed to get excited about 500 million? No. 52 million. Stop. 52 million?
No, I hear you there. They was out of their lane over promising with that noise, but they making money.
Sure. Because they decided to do what they do best.
They're making more money off of Meb than these old dudes.
Yeah. The Skechers Gold Run line has actually been their hallmark for them making money now.
Yep.
Actually has been. It's worked. Hate it or love it, as 50 would say.
You can't even, Paper, you can't even talk about 50 with his weak ass throw. Come on.
That's where I was going.
Come on.
That's where I was going.
He had to be throwing with his wrong hand.
50 is one of the best marketers because he knew folks would be talking about him, and guess what? He's got an album coming out.
Hey, he threw that pitch. He said, man, that's why I don't like Curtis Jackson to come around, man.
I'm telling you, man. I was like, I thought George Bush, George Bush was bad, but 50 beat him.
You guys don't think that was on purpose?
No, it was.
Nah,
I do believe it was on purpose.
I think it was on purpose.
People
wouldn't be talking about it nearly as much if it wasn't.
Exactly. I think he did it on purpose. But then you have...
Was he done on purpose or he was drunk or high? One or two.
No. He's got an album coming out. It's trying to,
It just cracks me up. Like, you see people really get left field with that throw. I'm like, did y'all not play anything with that shit?
Oh, man. Yo, that pitch was so bad. Can someone pull that pitch up so we can share it for our viewers? we have viewers around the world that I'm pretty sure have not seen that horrible.
That had to have been fake. There was no way that was all.
No, but you know what? They on the news this morning they started showing other people who had worse pictures than his.
Yeah.
Like Baba Booey from
Howard Stern show. Yeah, Baba Booey.
That chick Carly Rae Jepsen did that song "Call Me Maybe."
Damn, what happened?
But wait, but Paper, did you notice? Did you see 50 Cent's choice of footwork or footwear? I mean, I was surprised. Not only is he wearing a Mets number 50 jersey, but he's wearing Jordans to boot. This is the man that had a Reebok deal, y'all.
Oh, that's true.
Yo, he been. That's all. You can't. What's he gonna wear? He gotta keep up with the times now.
Keep up with the
That should
time.
match.
I mean, come on. He threw that ball. Look. I mean, just the release. Look where it is. The ball is here. The arm is here.
Can we talk about how the Pacers just might have lost the game for themselves by trying to help Lance Stevenson off the floor?
Did they lose?
No, 1975.
Hey, that was funny though. Why would you try to help somebody up that don't want to get up?
You seen that, right?
Yo, they want to talk about Bron being a flopper. This dude is king flopper.
Yeah, but he's King Hood though.
So this pitch just looks weird to me.
It just can't look. I mean, it's.
Oh gosh.
It's a setup. I'm telling you,
It had to have been.
It has to be. It has.
I don't want to give 50 that, man, because he's from New York.
No.
I'd give the PR company that though.
He is doing it to sell.
Yeah, I forget Summer Jam is this Sunday.
To keep his name in the news.
That's true.
You know, I mean.
What's that guy doing anything, Ben? Who cares?
It's his media week, dog. It's his media week.
He don't get nothing from.
He got a 6 a.m. show at Good Morning America this week. You can't possibly tell me that.
He's not winning off of Summer Jam, bro.
Yeah, ain't nobody winning off Summer Jam.
All I'm saying is this
Summer
is his.
Jam.
In America at 6, he did this pitch in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, 50's in a whole different level. A whole different level.
A whole different level of a professional worried about everybody else.
Well.
Yo, I watch his interviews and it's just so funny. They're hilarious. Worry about your music, bro.
He got a lot more than music to worry about these days. Music is the last of what pays him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he ain't had.
No. I'm talking about. He's worried about every other artist and what they doing. He always want to criticize Diddy on his music when you can't get back to where you want to be because you focus on everybody else.
Let's just wait for the album because no one was saying shit when he bought that vitamin water and got paid. All of a sudden they were like, "Wait, there's other ways to make money."
Hey,
don't be them dudes like, "Oh, his music's whack." Stop it.
It is.
Stop it.
It is for somebody that wants to talk about everybody else in the industry. It is whack. I ain't saying nothing about how that man make his money. I'm talking about his music, bro.
It ain't no more whack than Diddy.
About to say, some of these dudes are whack, single-handedly crushing careers. And all of a sudden, he's whack.
And that single-handed crushing, he only did Ja Rule, man, and then he did what he did.
Big homie.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He crushed Ja Rule and then did exactly what Ja Rule did.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Wow.
He pulled the wool over everybody's eyes. Turned around and did the same exact thing.
Sounds like some New York hate going on right there.
Nah, that's real. Go back and listen to it. Tell me it ain't the same music.
It's factual. He just did it better than Ja Rule by the tune of 10 million more records.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine. That's like me knocking the next video dude and saying, "Oh, that dude whack, and get everybody to hate on him." But I turn around and do the same exact thing, same shot, same editing style. It's the same thing. Why do that? I'm not.
You did it better.
You know what I'm saying.
I can do it better than you.
You know what I'm saying. No? If it's the same, it's the same.
I hear you. It just cracks me up because I mean, like, I think, especially having lived in New York for a tiny bit of time, having seen the culture, having been there, this King of New York shit cracks me up because ain't nobody outside New York give a damn.
Nope.
It's really,
we don't.
It's really funny how real hype people get over Ja, 50, Diddy. I'm like, damn, that's okay.
Hey man, I want to hear that new Fantagram.
For real.
All right, so let's talk about this. Speaking of orchestrated fake WWE style press, this story popped up. What was it, almost a week ago for us? Now we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Where it says father trades his 1-year-old son for a pair of Air Jordan sneakers.
Which ones though?
Golly.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't say which one.
He said it doesn't matter.
He is begging to go to detention.
That's how you get your head dunked in a toilet twice.
Do people really do that? Like, did y'all grow up with that? Like, did the greasers do that to y'all? Like, I always seen it on TV.
Yo, he said that the greasers
said the
do that to
greasers.
y'all.
The greasers do that. What are you?
You're watching TV again.
No, I be reading.
Oh my
Weed is
God.
free.
Oh God.
Goodness.
Pack of smokes in my sleeve.
Word.
So just to read this for clarification purposes for our viewers, anyone who may have came across this story, it says a story claiming Jabari Collins, a 32-year-old Chicago man, traded his infant son for a pair of Jordan sneakers is fake. The article was published.
He got fake sneakers, or it's a fake article?
Fake article, Ben. Stay with us, please. Article was published on Hustlers.com, which posts fake news. Hustlers has a disclaimer which describes itself as satire.
Yeah.
So it
It's
says
like-
the image used in
it's
the
the
article.
hood version. It's the hood version of the Onion.
So it's, yeah, basically. It says the image used in the article was from a YouTube video about a man who was arrested 60 times by police. The article, which had thousands of likes and shares on Facebook, says that Jabari Collins, 32, apparently traded his son for a pair of shoes. Authorities are still trying to locate the child after Jabari finally revealed the name of the person whom he traded his son with. The shoes, named Air Jordan 7 Hairs, were found in a baby crib in Jabari's home, which is believed to belong to his son. Investigators believe Jabari treated the sneakers like his own son.
Oh man.
What I love is that people couldn't get the satire in this. Like,
Exactly.
oh my God, people are so bad with this. Like, come on, folks.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Stay in school, y'all.
Reading is fundamental.
I'd like to give some input on this story.
What'd you say, Kadoma?
I said I'd like to give some input on this story.
Please do.
Unfortunately, I mean, in my opinion, this is just the state of the media. I mean, we all believed it when the story came out, and it's a sad thing, but media is dead, and it's just becoming a troll fest. So the news breaks so quickly now that there's really no use for media any longer. As soon as something happens, it hits Twitter, and it's over. The story's broke. So you virtually cannot break news anymore. And a lot of media is digging, and in my opinion, just becoming trolls. And it's sad.
I don't know.
But,
Can Kadoma hear me?
It should have been April Fools. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I mean, I hear what he's saying about media, but the truth is, I don't think media is dead, because good media outlets, it's still, the news is still breaking somewhere. So a good media outlet, they pay that person. They go buy that blogger, put them on the payroll, and make sure that their breaking news comes to them. That's how media outlets perpetuate themselves now. So I get what he's saying about the speed of how media breaks, but this is flat out satire, and really uneducated people, for the most part, not everyone, but people who cannot see the satire in that got taken by it.
Happens
Like,
every
really,
day.
Jordan Hairs in a baby crib, like they were just piling sugar on top of that one.
That was hilarious. And there's another comment on the actual article where they ask him why he did it, and he says, "Nigga, they J's."
Talking to a cop.
Said it like, well, you wouldn't trade your son for some J's? I was like, nah, this can't go down. Totally fake.
Nah, I mean, but again, like I get a kick out of how like the Onion, which is another satirical outlet of news. Those things, what they do, the whole point of satire, especially political or social, is to make light of the situation enough for you to be interested and then go digging up the real facts.
Yo, real talk on that? I read The Onion for a week before I realized it was fake news. That's how well they write it.
It is well written.
The Onion is so well written. Then I was like, wait a minute. Then it was a story that I had some in-depth knowledge of, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Dude, you just made my night. You just made my night with that.
Yo, The Onion is very well written.
Very well written. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
They knew that if they worded everything the right way, that people would run with it.
Well, and what they do, like, it's hilarious to like be privy to what The Onion does now, and then see something like Fox News or CNN trying to pass theirs off as real.
Yeah,
like, hilarious.
Yep. That was definitely one of the lessons for me once I started seeing how The Onion does it. And yo, anybody who has not read The Onion, read The Onion. Just peruse through a couple of articles.
It's hilarious.
They go in. So this was one of those articles along those lines from hustlers.com. Totally hilarious. All right, so we got a pop-up service announcement, or event announcement, I should say, for our good homeboy Kevin Kramer, aka K-Dog. And we want to wish him a happy belated birthday, but we also want to let everybody know that on Sunday, June 22nd, an event called Cleveland's Got Soul, CGS #4 is back. Sunday, June 22nd from 12 to 5 p.m., Cleveland's Got Soul 4, presented by Villa. OSD crew members will be in the building. All the good people from various parts of Ohio will be in the building. We have a blast. Shout out to Kevin, shout out to Andrew, shout out to Keith, shout out to all of them out there in Cleveland and Akron who so diligently work 2 years at a time to put this event in place, and all the money, all the proceeds go to charity every time they do it, no question. And looking forward to having a good time out there on Sunday, June 22nd. So for any info that you need about this event, you should go over to clevelandsgotsoul.org. That's Cleveland's, LNS.soul.org. All right. Ridiculous. Hopefully you can make this one.
That's in the mix. I'm hoping I can do that.
Looking forward to this one, man. Shout out again. Happy belated, to Kevin. Happy belated birthday, homie. PGS4 going down Sunday, June 22nd at the Quicken Loans Arena, I might add, where the Cleveland Cavaliers play. There we have it. So do we go to shoes now, or do we want to go to WTF?
Shoes. Right. About the shoes.
Now I need to say this to everyone of the Soul Doctors. We've been told that we've been getting nice.
Getting nice?
Yeah, we've been playing nice.
Who said that?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Fans said we have been getting nice.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, because I remember if Jesse and I was in the same room, we probably would have killed each other.
I have to say, I step away for a couple weeks and y'all get all soft on this bullshit out here.
So the first shoe we're talking about right now, and to me, before I even throw this out there like that, I want to say that Jesse is currently in possession of one of the illest Converse weapons of all time, and I hate him
there
for
you go. He done already ran off the kid.
Is that what he wants to go get?
Because I can't afford to buy the shoe from him right now, and we are the same size, so screw you.
Listen, let us see it.
Mm.
Let me see that.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh, look at it.
Yeah.
So we don't like Jesse.
Larry Bird?
I'm not gonna be mean, but F you and your reincarnation of a classic.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Okay, so let's put this on screen now. Converse weapon officially unveiled for the upcoming season. So I'm gonna go through these images here, slowly but surely. This is the first one.
I'm just gonna stay like this for the whole segment.
Now, there's a patchwork weapon. There's what's called a ray pack, and there's also a reflective mesh pack, which utilizes
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
The patchwork pack comes out on June 13th and will cost $130.
Why?
The ray pack will come out on July 11th and cost $120. And the reflective mesh pack will come out on August 9th and also be $120. So I will scroll through the images now, as you guys don't play nice or play nice based on whatever you feel.
False technology, huh, D?
I like it.
That's why the baby crying.
These shoes made babies cry. What is?
It's just disrespectful.
It is, especially that patchwork one.
Agreed.
Here's a patchwork one for our viewers that A the Great is making reference to.
Honestly, I like the patchwork one better than the other ones. Those other ones, the ray pack and the reflective mesh, that's nasty.
Yeah, the gray one looks like that office carpet at your job.
It's always bad when you have to pick one, but that one that you picked is still awful.
Right. Yeah, I gotta pick the lesser of three evils.
I feel like the patchwork one where the purple is, it kind of looks like a super in the back.
Oh,
like
it
how
does.
the sky top looks.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
That's bad. Yo, why can't we? Like, I want to meet the people that approve these things. Like, I just want to ask them what, like what says to give the stamp? Like, what?
Big data and.
You didn't show those.
Big data.
Yeah, what are those?
Non-diverse people.
These are part of the packs.
Okay,
what's going on on the heel? What's going on the heel of this?
And we've talked about this a lot before, at least Paper and I have. The color blocking on a shoe makes all the difference. I'm not saying it's over the top nice, but it's far better than the other one. I like that red.
What's up with the heel, though? Look at that black on the
That's
heel.
the designer in you being nice to the designer that put that shit up.
That's true.
Because you damn sure know that heel should not be black. The weapon wording should not be black.
True.
You can't really tell what different materials are what because the red is off and the tongue's wrong. No.
The tongue is
0. Period. No love.
And the weapon should not be black.
I want to give my
and that midsole situation should not be made to mimic
what is that?
I'm not showing my dad. I'm not showing my dad these. My dad was a big Weapon High fan back in the 80s.
Nah, don't show him.
He's gonna spit. He's gonna spit on these.
Don't hurt his feelings like that. That's not nice.
Doing this.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
So once again, we're going to scroll through the looks for the viewers and.
Hold on, man. Wait. What's up with that midsole heel thing though? Who?
It's like a dunk.
It's actually 2 different shoes we're looking at. So the ones you're looking at now that don't have that black on the back, those are what they're calling this Converse weapon thing. Then the one down the bottoms with that black in the back, they might actually sell as John Varvatos. So there's an earlier post. There's an all black one. That one right there with that black in the back. There's an all black one they have with a black painted sole, and they're selling them as John Varvatos / Chuck Taylor collection weapons.
Are you serious?
Still making shit for them? Good lord.
Yeah, John Varvatos is going to be there for a minute.
Well, I'm going to scroll up to show what Jesse's making reference to from previous Chuck Taylor, John Varvatos weapons.
Why is the Converse thing in Toronto? Does anybody know?
Is that a zipper?
Today,
I want to look at that one.
Yeah,
bro, that's a zipper on there. What
okay. Now, what I want to know, what is the price point on the John Varvatos if it says?
Now this stuff here that I'm showing you is actually from a year ago.
Okay.
This stuff is from a year ago. All of this stuff already released.
Can we get a price point on it?
I can't remember offhand how much Barbados usually goes for, but I think he's usually what, 150?
Yeah.
Is it that expensive? Okay.
Yeah.
More than that.
I see it online here for 175, 250.
There you go.
Or you just wait for it to get to Nordstrom's rack.
So my assessment, and that's on sale. Originally, it was $250.
I got it listed at Converse for $174.99. So everybody kind of goes up.
That's the sale price, though. The original box price was $250.
So Jesse,
Yeah, $250.
So Jesse, once again, please hold up your Converse weapons and show people what a real weapon should look like.
Yeah, that's lovely.
See this? That's called leather. That's called I have not shined my shoes ever.
Wow.
And they get on the screen.
Yeah.
That's called one of the greatest basketball players ever to play the game, and he was a white boy. Get away from me. Leave it alone.
Hey Jesse, when is it? What year is this shoe?
The one that I have in my hand?
Yeah.
Like a 04?
2006, 7 maybe?
Okay.
And this, my friend, didn't see the light of day. This was in the trash, and I was like, what are you doing with that?
How much did you pay for that?
You don't ask those questions on live TV.
Yo, I remember when I was like in elementary
that's
school,
my
I copped like
assessment
2
of this
pairs
shoe. Is it's
for
another
$289.
shoe getting value engineered. How can we make it cheaper? You notice none of those shoes have leather on it. They're all mesh.
Yep.
Or
even with that,
sprayed paneling.
You know, I spent the last 5 weeks listening to all these people who make this shit. I listened to the materials people. I listened to the developers, and like I understand why there's value engineering going on. But there's
a strike in China.
And I'm gonna. This is. Well, yes, that too. This also goes back to the product line managers. Also goes back to what they're now calling merchandisers. They're people that are supposed to tell the story and make sure sales buys it. There's no authenticity in what we see. There's no authenticity in any of the shoes we just looked at. None of it goes back to what that shoe, the weapon, did on court. Nothing.
Well, the patchwork is trying.
How?
It is trying. I mean, it's the patchwork of a jersey. It's trying to tell a story.
No. You have to immediately connect emotionally to the consumer who bought the damn shoe. And it ain't the reflective shoe.
That's stupid.
I'm gonna put that shoe back up again.
So it's like, how can we make this shoe cool? How can we make this shoe relevant again to kids who never saw players playing in this shoe?
You put out a green and white.
You know what you do? You know what you do? Before you release this crap, you color block it in the Indiana Pacers colorway, and you do a story with Larry Bird and Paul George or somebody on the Pacers, and you talk about the weapon. Yeah. Immediate sellout. Boom. Immediate sellout. You don't do this bullshit.
Kids don't care about Larry Bird, though.
Right. That's why you do it with the Pacers, because kids are watching the NBA Finals right now, or the playoffs, aren't they?
Yeah. But it takes 4 months to make it. Takes 4 months to make a shoe.
Leave it to positive care.
Wait, Paul George is on
4 months
Converse?
ago the Pacers would be in
Paul George is a night guy, so you can't do it that way. But I'm just saying,
there are
think
no more
the whole
Converse
story
NBA
through
players.
in the process. You know what I mean?
I think you can use Nike and tell a story. I mean, they did it with Jordan and Converse and Nike.
You can. You can
do it.
You can. You don't even have to put Paul George in the Converse. You can have Larry Bird sitting on the bench watching him play and put him in a pair.
Did those Jordan Converse ever come out?
Yeah.
Yes, they did, but they botched them up pretty badly.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they destroyed them.
It was a really cool box, though.
They destroyed them. They didn't tell the story properly, and they left off.
Like in Carolina came out?
Yeah, the white and Carolina Converse
They
Pro.
never came to the public.
They never
Yes,
came to
yes,
the
it did. They just destroyed it.
It got made, but it never made it to. It never made it past sales meeting. It didn't get. It didn't sell to the public.
The one that we saw that was part of the pack, no, but they reworked it and they did release it.
I've seen samples of it, and I saw Dwayne's boxes, but I don't think it ever saw the light of day.
I remember a.
Dr. J's, Jesse, trust me, the same one I took you to.
I remember a white.
Okay. All right.
I remember a white and Carolina one and a white and gold one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, those were the ones I'm talking about. The ones Kadoma was talking about, and they didn't do it in a high; they did it in a low.
When I was in the inner workings of Converse, they said they were done with the weapon. They would not bring it back. I had many conversations. I had every sample. I had the lows. I've got a low and a green and white. I've got a red on red low and a weapon low. No one's seen a weapon low since Isaiah Thomas played in one. And they weren't going to touch it anymore because they tried and they messed it up. And so nobody trusted it anymore, and they didn't think they could get any sales off it. And
No, they had a weapon low in the
like
2000s. Around the time when Foot Locker was still doing 2 for $79.
Obviously, there were some people you wasn't talking to that came in after.
Yeah, and look at what they did.
Hey, it's just like I'm telling you, it's just like that whole Gentry situation, man. He was talking big shit. We ain't never doing this and never doing that, and he gone. And look what they doing.
Well, what does Converse's play with this? That's
try to get some money.
All the extra money now. You saw they brought back the Aero Jam. They're trying really hard to skateboarding.
But it's different because they're not making the connection to the story. Like Jesse said, if they have to tie. The weapon was one of the first shoes that was so closely tied to the individual. Dr. J had one. Larry Bird had one. Magic Johnson had one. They were very identifiable to each player, and so they're not telling that story there. So they're making a huge leap.
You know what? Wait a second. Hey, we gotta take a second and pause and look at that patchwork one.
Okay.
There's only one color missing in there. Like that, every color can go to a player you just said.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen any of the coverage from the Converse event today? There's that whole Converse event talking about what we're talking about right now. Has anybody seen any coverage from it?
Nope. We don't get invites to events.
I know the feeling.
What?
Nah, I like the patchwork weapon. Didn't they have a poor man's weapon, like a Chuck Taylor version?
Yeah, they had a poor man's weapon that Undefeated did.
No, they had general releases.
Who's talking right now?
No, that one was
talking right now.
Oh, I can't hear him.
I saw that poor man's weapon over at. They actually had that Joker on sale at Nordstrom's Rack in Seattle.
Yeah, Undefeated released the poor man weapon first, and then after that they GR'd them and destroyed that.
Yep.
And they ended up in places like how he's saying for like $29.
Sure did. I would have scooped a bunch if they had my size.
What's missing from here? The actual Detroit Pistons colors are missing from here. There's no Boston Celtics colors.
Yeah, the green.
Well, you could count the black and white, but that's a stretch. That's a stretch, but that's what Bird played in was the black and white.
Yeah, but you can't. You haven't connected the story. Kids are too old.
You're right. You're right.
The only visible cue would be the heel with the Laker colors.
That's it. And maybe if you really wanted to stretch the star on the side for Philly,
you changed the tongue. Another one of the most iconic pieces of the shoe because it said Converse weapon on it.
Right.
You changed one of the most iconic pieces, the simple pieces, and then you're going to try to catch people with colors? Come on, man. Come on.
Show it again, Jesse.
Can we move on?
He's over this.
He's over it.
You're going to have to hurt the
Hated it.
We're not going to cause Jesse no more pain. Thank you, Jesse.
Don't make me get the Charlotte Hornets out on
Uh-oh.
All right.
Stunktastic.
I'll go into a couple more shoes before we go into segue into WTF, because the last shoe that I want to talk about in the regular shoe segment is definitely a WTF for me. So I think y'all already know what time it is when I say that. But so we're going to another one that's coming out cool and clean for the summer, and we're talking about this Hanon Diadora N9000. Image on screen.
Yep.
I like those colors.
The only problem with Diadora, though, is that one, the distribution, and two, their size run. Distribution is minimal. Size run is not beneficial to women or males with big feet.
Isn't Diadora known for soccer?
Yes.
Why the hell did they make a running shoe?
Well,
this is very running like
Nope. Hold on.
They had running shoes.
Let me get everybody straight on this one.
All right.
Okay.
Diadora actually had a fantastic running program, late 80s.
And tennis.
And tennis. And so there was this big infusion of other things that happened where you saw Lotto, you saw LS, you saw Diadora. A lot of these, at the time, those would have been like what we see now with your Supra Owen or your second tier, smaller companies coming out with technical.
What is going on right now? Who is that?
Steve was talking.
Tariq just be reacting.
What's going on, bro?
Yo, you don't hear that?
No, what are you hearing?
No.
Like somebody just breathing into their damn mic or something.
I hear that.
Well,
whatever, just listen to Steve talk.
No, I'm listening to him, but
he just joined us. It might have been him getting set up right now. He's getting set up right now.
No, I always mute myself. I always mute myself first.
Ear right now.
Oh, so it's not heat. Maybe you're watching porn on another screen.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
You don't hear that?
Doma says,
are you breathing into your own mic and hearing yourself?
No, I don't have a mic on this.
Doma says here.
Yo, Tariq is so funny because he's getting way too
Hey, bro,
upset.
I'm a big dude, but I ain't that big dude.
Yo, that shit is hilarious because he's getting way too upset right now. He's like, I don't have a mic. I don't have a mic.
What the hell was that?
Oh, man. All right. Welcome, Show IDs, Brooklyn Show, and In Need of Heat.
Yo, this Diadora is really
fresh off the
going on.
This is really Ronnie Fieg-esque looking.
Oh, don't say that.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that. Nah.
No, it is.
Because
it's dope. I like it, but it is.
No, but that would be giving him way too much credit for something that comes. This would have happened, Ronnie Fieg or not.
Right.
Yeah.
This color blocking.
Yo, I don't know what a Ronnie Fieg design looks like. Like, what makes something a Ronnie Fieg design?
Nothing makes
nothing
a Ronnie Fieg design.
No.
Alright, because I've been confused.
Hey,
yeah, because he's a bitch.
Okay. I agree with us not wanting to give Ronnie any credit.
Yeah, like I'm not.
His own point. He's right.
It's on point.
He does have ethos, whatever, of being and following the color blocking of something they've seen before.
Yeah, his name is attached to some really cool shoes. That's undeniable.
Here's why I have to disagree with that. Because if you've seen all the other past Diadora shoes,
I was just about to say, this looks like one of their past classic silhouettes.
Like a bunch of stuff Diadora's been doing.
Yeah, this is a classic Diadora.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, I've been to Europe and Diadora's always.
I'm on their website. I'm on their website right now. And everything else is two-tone classic. Dark gray with a different color Diadora thing. Blue with Diadora color. This is Hanon, so I'm not going to say it's Diadora. I'm going to say Hanon, another shop, is trying to take off or trying
I'm just not going to give Ronnie.
Oh, look, no, wait, stop. What Jesse said, it's not just a Diadora, it's a freaking collab.
Yes. I get that. I'm just not going to give Ronnie Fieg the fucking credit for color blocking.
Ooh, he said the F word.
Yeah, and he's I'm going to say that word too. And he's a fucking bitch too.
Shit.
Fuck Ronnie Fogg. I'll say that shit, man. Please. He a bitch on top of the rest of that shit.
Nah, I ain't trying to say give him credit.
Fuck all that. I met the dude. He's a whole ass nigga. So fuck that.
DTL, direct.
Hand in shop. Saying let's do something that's selling out.
Don't make me go in right now because they paping them. No, I already went in on this bitch ass.
I know how you feel, Heat. I feel.
I'm about to say he a bitch. He's a straight up bitch, and I'll tell him to his fucking face.
Allow me to shed some light on Diadora and their collaborations.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear
about Shed, brother, shed.
Diadora does these type of collaborations with shops over in Europe all the time, and they've been doing them for years without any acknowledgement of Ronnie's efforts, because to them, he doesn't even exist. So while we see a similarity,
listen, man, you know what? I'm gonna put it like.
And I second that.
Allow me to finish. Because
second what motion, Kadoma?
I second Paper's notion. I've seen it firsthand over there. I've seen Diadoras
they're
over
not
there.
doing this with any U.S. influence. If you look at the materials here alone, you can see that this isn't a U.S. influence.
Hey, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you this right now. No matter how much we don't want to rep and give that man what he's doing, that all that shit is selling out. I don't care.
Hey,
it is what it is.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you're trying.
What, he needs a fucking hero cookie now, man?
Hey, when I look at that, I'm telling you right now. When I look at that, that's what I see.
Okay, so what? And what? Yeah, I can do that shit. You can do that shit. Anybody can take a colorway and make it theirs and sell that shit out. So what? He's not doing anything. You know what? Let me mute myself, man, because you pissing me off with this.
I don't know. We talked about a lot of bullshit on this show to sell out. So to me that's a weak argument.
So let's put it
What's
back.
What's a weak argument? Then I feel that that's color blocking is similar to what that he's doing.
Allow me to continue.
Let's get back to the Diadora, please.
Allow me to continue to shed light on the history of Diadora and collaborations for those who are not up on game. Again, Diadora does stuff like this and has been for years overseas without any wherewithal of what the hell Ronnie's doing to any shoes. This is their thing. When they collaborate with some of the shops over there that sell their product, these are the stories that those shops tell. I don't see, personally, me knowing the history of what Diadora does with these shops, what they do with running shoes, tennis shoes, and even basketball shoes, because Diadora is big with basketball shoes in Europe too. I don't see Ronnie. But for anyone who's American and wants to see that, then I personally think you're reaching. Personally, because I know the history of what Diadora does.
But I can see why they would say that.
All right, sir, Tariq.
I don't see why you can say it. I see
why they would say it.
Tariq, you have to. No. You have to defend yourself. I need some shoe education on why this looks like a Ronnie shoe. What do you see? Why does it look like a Ronnie shoe?
The main thing is the freaking toe box. It's a freaking suede toe box, bruh. Like,
dude, I got a million suede toe boxes.
It's a bright colored toe box for one. And then we go into a darker color, and then back to what's on the toe box. Bruh. Yo, come on. I'm saying it's S. Like, I'm not saying it's a carbon copy bite. I'm saying it is similar. Whether Ronnie took it first or they took it. That's all I'm saying. You can run and pull whatever you want to pull, man.
All right, let's just talk about the shoe. How about that?
I respect the Let's move on.
Please, move on.
Yeah, I just don't like the brown part of the shoe.
That's my favorite part.
I just don't like it with those colors. Like
whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You know okay, ridiculous. You're being
ignorant
right now because you know what I'm talking about.
Y'all won't pop off though.
Bruh, I went from suede toe box to darker color, then back to what's on the toe box in the heel. I'm not talking about what you're showing right now, man.
Right here, suede toe box.
Okay.
Different color.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm doing the same exactly.
All right. No, you're not. Nothing you pulled is matching what this is doing. Nothing.
Yo, y'all won't pop off.
Nothing.
Nothing that you just showed me is doing what that Diadora is doing right now.
Not at all. It's just turning from dark to light versus light to dark.
No.
You really have to say that about his mom.
That's not Ronnie S right there.
Wow.
Go look at some of them Asics and tell me that's not doing what this is doing.
I ain't got to. I'm a designer. I do this all day long. You stepping into my world right here.
Dora is matching some of what he has done with those Asics.
It's not him. You keep giving him credit.
I'm not.
You just said it's matching what he has done. That's credit.
With his collabos. I'm not sitting here praising what that man is doing. You're taking it like that because you don't want to give him no credit for it.
No, it's not about
he's
not
watching right now.
him any
With his
credit.
Somebody
about
might
that.
send it to him.
I'm simply saying that he's doing what designers have done all the way down through time, yet you say it's referencing him.
So guess what? So no, I said it is esque. If I look at that shoe and you can look at any shoe wherever and be like, oh, that has some. I feel like that's Tinker. They pulled something from what he does. I'm looking at that shoe. That's what my first impression is right there from recent shoes. That's it.
I can see why you would say that because it's color blocked the same. It has like a monotone type thing, and it's a runner. And Ronnie Five, you just
from
think
his recent collabos with
runners.
Asics,
I get it. That's what
I
people
see
think.
Right there. That's it.
I think it's more of a discussion point on why people.
I'm not saying that man invented doing. Oh, I'm gonna do a bright toe box and I'm gonna do a dark midsection, then go back to the same hits on the heel. I'm not saying that.
Bruh, all I'm saying is when you use the word or the suffix esque, it is referential. I'm talking straight English now.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk straight English. This shoe
Dictionary,
is doing something that Ronnie has done, and whoever else you feel is doing that. Period. Is that plain as day for you?
It's plain as however you want to do it, bro.
Yo, was I hyping it up? Am I mic
That's
is
what
off
it
the whole
is.
time?
You want to do it because one thing I did not call you ignorant. See, that's where we got off track right there. Simply because I went and got a shoe that has a similar block and wanted to prove my point like you wanted to prove yours.
Yo, Jesse, what's that? Prestos?
What is Jesse holding up?
What's that?
Yeah.
I can't even see.
But is Jesse being ignorant right now?
It's a disc? It's a disc?
That's exactly the point. It's a disc. It's the same thing. And that's pre-Ronnie.
Okay, but where are we at right now? I'm referencing right now.
I was holding up Ronnie's very first disc.
Okay, I'm talking about what he's been doing with Asics in the last couple of years.
Your point is valid, but we really don't want to give Ronnie any credit.
And that's cool. Y'all don't got to. I'm not bringing it up I'm giving him props. Like I'm just saying that's what that shoe did to me visually just now. It reminds me of what he has done with Asics in the last couple of years. That's it.
I understand both people's argument. The last sneakers that Tariq seen color blocked that way were from Ronnie, so that's the last thing that's on my mind.
So y'all can take that however you want to take it.
Okay, with the genuine.
Who's got the pony?
Yo, that was the
What a way to loosen up the movie.
Anyway,
hey Steve, I take that back. My apologies to you, bro.
I would have put like the turquoise lace. I would have played with the laces a little more.
No worries. I would have done a brown. I would have liked to see the complete colorway, but I like matching tongues and laces. Yeah, I would have done kind of that burgundy straight across the top would have been nice. It would have spattered them out real crazy.
I think instead of turquoise, it should have been a darker green, on there, something around the tip, and the mesh toe box could have been.
Who's talking right now? Because I can't hear them.
His show is talking now.
I would have stretched the leather out too. I would have took that N9000. I would have made that leather too.
Yeah.
I would have made that brown leather too.
Now here's a question.
I do like the suede accent.
Do we see Tariq sees the influence from Ronnie's collaboration with Asics? Does anyone see a bit of
New Balance?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
A bit of what?
New
I
Balance.
also see a bit
lot
of
that actually in this shit.
I see a bit of Air Pegasus right there. Stay right there. Air Pegasus 1984, right there.
That's probably because they all running shoes.
Well, and Diodora, when they were doing their runners, was in the late 80s.
So let's look at this image that I have on screen right here. This one instantly reminded me of what, the 1600, 15?
I'd say 15.
I would say 15.
15?
Yeah.
This one reminded me of what we've been seeing these days. Burned rubber and
yeah.
light.
But one of the things I think we're all seeing though is we're seeing people, taking bits and pieces of other collaborations and repurposing it. I mean, it's like recycling an old desk and bringing it new, and someone just puts a new coat of paint on it. This silhouette, we've seen it. I mean, if you've been around, if you know Diodora and know the N9000, all we're seeing is the color blocking, right?
You know what's crazy, D? And to your point, I can see what Tariq is saying because I'm 40. So I've got a decade on most people on this call except for you and Sean. And so you're right. When we've seen this silhouette in a totally different light, our reference point is simply a decade or more older. It's back a bit on the timeline. So I see I don't disagree with what he's saying. I don't disagree at all. But what I'm saying is, from a reference point, like for instance, Tariq, to agree with your point, here, I'm backing you up now. To agree with your point, if that toe box was completely one color, I would give you that because it would look like that most recent disc that he did with the salmon colored toe or the green or the teal green toe. Then I would have said for sure, I see where you come in if that whole toe box was teal or that whole toe box was orange. So it's just a reference point being further back,
Nah, it's really between me and you. It's really not that much of a difference. You got me by 5 years, bro.
Oh, well, that's
out of all of that, he went to age.
Wow.
but
I knew he was tight because he's a young boy, though.
Hey, the New Balance, three of us said New Balance at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the shape of the toe box, how it does that little curl to the big toe area, that's New Balance. That midsole heel area, like I see New Balance too. My thing was just color blocking.
Color blocking specifically, okay. But okay, we see a sneaker like this. We see Diodora coming back. We see, with a shop, a collaboration. Are younger, newer sneakerheads, sneaker aficionados, whatever you want to call them, going to pay attention to a sneaker like this? More so now than say 2 years ago. You don't think so?
Not American kids, no.
And they're gonna reference it like Tariq said. They're gonna ask if Ronnie did it.
So I have to agree.
Allow me to do this though. Sorry,
let me just get this out.
Go ahead.
I think people right now, I think heads, and Kadoma just said it, I think heads are so disgruntled, so tired of looking like everyone's wearing the same uniform. I mean, I saw so many Carmine 6s this weekend, I was sick of seeing them. So I think people are more open to seeing a sneaker like that, and are willing to go.
So tired of paying out the ass, too.
Yep.
Exactly. So
but I mean, this kind of stuff right here has been popping in Europe for a long time, and I mean, it's probably taken somebody like Ronnie to bring it to the attention of the masses in the U.S., but now it's here. So there's a certain segment of the people in the U.S. population that get it. Others are all about their Jordans, or whatever. I mean, it's cool, to each his own. I like a little bit of variety, and I'm glad that, this style sneaker finally made it over here, because in Europe 10 years ago, this is all they'd wear. You know, you could rarely find anyone wearing Jordans over there. They were just too big, too clunky for their fashion. So now in Europe, you have a little bit more people wearing Jordans, and over here, you have a little bit more people wearing, you know, runners or trainers, as they call them over there. So it's kind of like a flip-flop.
So on my screen is, I went over to Hannon after, you know, of course, by design. I went over to Hannon after hearing what everyone said about what this shoe reminds them of. And one of the things I like about Hannon, for those who don't know them, is whenever they do a collaboration, they always put up what the story is behind the shoe before it releases.
As every site should.
So I'm on their site right now, and it's the N9000 Saturday Night Special. So I'm going to read the influences. So it says, this summer we joined forces with Italian sports brand Diadora, and we are proud to present a collaboration on their N9000 running shoe. First launched in 1990, the N9000 was originally designed for high-performance running and featured a slip-lasted upper made of Japanese synthetic suede and high-quality mesh. Built for stability and to withstand the impact of continuous training, the shoe incorporated a state-of-the-art two-piece sole unit which comprised of molded EVA and a polyurethane heel counter. Our edition of the N9000 continues a return to Italian manufacturing for a Diadora and pays homage to the Saturday Night Special, a public transport service that ran throughout the UK in the 1980s. We took some inspiration from the impact of Italian sportswear during this decade, and especially Diadora's use of plush materials and treatments to both their football boots and their legendary tennis shoes. It goes on to go a little further, but you can go over to the Hannon site and read the rest on your own. But
how much is it?
They also say here, I'm going to read this last excerpt here. They also say here that the color palette of the Hannon N9000 inspired by the 80s trains and buses is a mix of dark marine and burgundy with red and sky blue accents. So,
that's really cool.
I don't. How much is it?
How much was it?
I'm scrolling down to see.
Chicka.
Don't say a price yet.
To be continued.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I noticed they stopped putting prices on some of the press releases.
Yeah.
Because they're just getting...
It's actually been like that for a while, Kadoma, when I go over there and read what their stories are about their shoes.
I'm not talking about Hannon.
Just
I'm talking
other
about
brands.
some other folks too. So,
that's cool.
You know, I mean, to me, that's one of the main things I want to know. Tell me, introduce the shoe. Tell me a bit about it. What day does it come out, and what's the price? That's all I want to know.
So they also
you brought it up, why do you think it is that they're not giving the prices anymore?
Well, they also spoke about the method of distribution here. It says the Hannon Diadora N9000 Saturday Night Special will be released exclusively at the Hannon shop on Saturday, May 31st, 2014. And then it says we will release the shoe in store from 10 a.m. with a run of 30 t-shirts to accompany the first 30 sold. The remaining stock will be offered online at 2 p.m. So I guess at that point, that's when you'll see how much in the euro to US dollar conversion it's going to cost you.
That's an interesting way to do it too. They're telling you exactly how. They're telling you everything but the price.
Yeah, everything.
There's some really good pictures and details on Sneaker News.
It's beautiful.
They look ridiculous.
Look at that thing.
I needed a price because they would have got me if I was in Europe. I would have been.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking at this thing drooling.
It comes with the dust bag too, because that's what it looks like.
Yep. This shoe was manufactured in Italy, where Diadora used to originally manufacture all their shoes.
If you check out those pictures on Sneaker News, you'll see they got some. You can see the material on the back. That's premium leather, the nice suede with that old school midsole. That's a nice shoe. That was well done right there.
God, they caught me right in the midst of my running craze too.
Hey, is that tread on the sole, like, it looks like it's hefty too, don't it?
Nah, it's carbon rubber, but it's not that hefty.
Yeah.
That one picture, that side shot, it just look like it's kind of like extra, like.
It's chunky. It is.
Yeah, don't it?
Yeah, it is. It does look a little chunky on the side, like a trail shoe almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's thicker than most. But so that's the story behind the. That's the story behind the Hanon Theodore N9000 Saturday Night Special.
Who getting a size run?
You wasn't lying about them pictures on Sneaker News.
Who getting a size run?
I told you.
I know somebody got the connect. Get the size run.
All right, so let's get into one more retro real quick before we go into. All right.
Uh-oh.
Here goes. I'm going to reserve judgment on this one.
Uh-oh.
I want to save my energy for what else is coming. The Ewing Wrap.
Oh, I've seen this.
What's the story behind the colors?
Are sneaker lovers over Ewing brand yet or what?
No.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
You know what? The thing about Ewing brand is,
I don't know.
What they've done in
Depends
the
on the
last few years, I
colorway.
like the steady release they've been doing. Like,
Hey, that burgundy one they did.
I think this is an original color, though, right?
Yeah, this is an original colorway. Yeah, but
I think it's a very New York centric thing, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I simply mean it to say it's big time out there in New York and on the East. Outside of the Eastern Seaboard, I really don't see people going crazy for them.
No, I seen a kid in New Orleans with a pair. I seen a kid in Atlanta with a pair. So it's selling.
I mean, you said a kid. Have you seen 20 kids in those places with them? I'm not being a smart ass. I'm asking.
No,
but
I think that's something. I mean, even though
I think the first couple of releases probably seen it a little bit spread out, but other than that, I don't know.
People really like the Ewing High.
The first release is definitely.
I'm not a fan of this shoe. I was never really a fan of this shoe.
It didn't make my list of top 10 Ewing.
I right now I think Ewing brand needs to pause right now.
Pause.
I think they're trying to do too much.
You don't like?
They're trying to do too much.
See, they don't put out a lot of sneakers in a year.
They putting out too many 33 highs and all that other stuff that came before this. And it's like we're tired.
High has been that's what they first retroed and that's what's been selling, like you said.
Hey, that burgundy colorway like last week or a couple weeks ago, that was nice.
Yeah, the burgundy with the gum.
But you can find that on sale now. It's sold out some places, but if you know where to look, you can find it on sale.
But I mean, look how far in between you had to get to a color you like from them these days.
Right.
I just remember nobody buying Ewings when I was growing
The
up.
Focus came out. No one really cares that much for the Focus, from what I've seen.
Focus didn't do great.
Now you got this one, like, and what's the story behind this? What is this? It's an OG color, yeah, but so what? What's the science behind it? Again, Patrick ain't playing no team.
That's the one thing I like about Ewing Athletics. On their site, every shoe they have like a thing. Even sneakers that haven't come out yet, they have about 30 sneakers there, and they give a good.
Yeah, but that's David's personal site where he put up to tell about the history of all the shoes that he has.
What's
it's
it?
not translating to
the web store.
Yeah, but it's not translating to what the retailers need to be able to tell people. If I walk into a store that sells these shoes and I say, "What is this color from?" and the guy says to me, "Oh, it's an OG color," that's the sneakerhead fucking jargon.
So who's at fault more? The brand for not getting the retailers ready, or the retailers for not providing the customers?
What?
No, you bugging. It's the brand.
No, I'm saying who's to blame more? Like, if the company doesn't provide the information, or the person who sold you the sneakers doesn't provide the information. Who's at fault?
Wait. He's on to something, because when someone comes around with the line sheet, or the salesperson comes around and they show you this in the book, and you're like, yeah, I want that. If you don't ask, then you're not prepared for what you're selling. So he is right.
It's just a question. It can't be like there's no right or wrong answer. I don't think. But
he's right, because Who's going to buy 48 pairs of these?
The brand is responsible for their positioning.
They
Nobody
totally
else.
are. But the retailer is also responsible for knowing what the hell they're selling.
Yeah, but you and I both know
the
you're buying that stuff.
responsible
You're
for
not asking for the You're not asking for the background or some of this stuff. A lot of times you're just thinking, okay, what is gonna sell?
The retailers that I work with, even if they don't know the history behind some of this stuff, they'll ask before they put an order in. So
some will, but what I'm saying is most won't.
No, most
and like Jesse just said, that's the way. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, at the end of the day, the onus is on the brand to spread that word.
No, it is. But retailers have to be proactive in knowing that they're not going to sit on 48 pairs of sneakers that they don't know why the hell no one likes this color. Because the enemy of every retailer is space. So
that's definitely true. But you know what? We can definitely dig a lot deeper on that too, because I mean, really and truly, it's up to the management at that retailer to make sure. Because I've had that gripe with a lot of retailers before,
right?
Where they don't train some of these kids. And let's be honest, most of the salespeople we're going to talk to are going to be kids, especially the big box.
Mm-hmm.
These kids don't know what the hell they're talking about, and it's on the retailer to teach them.
So who's at fault more?
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's at fault because everybody's trying to make money. So nobody's trying to fuck up. Nobody's trying to fuck up. But at the same time, some things you have to, what I mean? It comes with the territory. If you're a retailer, if you're a big box, aka, whatever big box retailer, and you want these people to sell, then you got to give them the tools to sell.
Right.
It's a hard question for us to answer because we're all those kids that gave that story, whether we were getting paid for it or not. So we can't weigh in too heavily on this subject because whether I was getting it from somebody else, we're too close. It's not.
You're right. We're too close. You're right. You're right.
I have consistently been complimented on my heritage of a brand, where half the people that work there have no idea. So it's not going to come from them. We seek these things out, so it's a little bit jaded. We can't really answer.
That's true. That's true.
Hey,
but you know what? In saying that though, Jesse, I still believe you have to give some of these kids or some of these people who are talking to the customers, you got to give them something to work with. And you're right. They're not going to dig as deep as we are, but you got to give them something.
Yeah, but most seasonal releases from every brand comes with some kind of story or marketing collateral. But once it comes from the salesperson, from marketing to the salesperson to the store, 9 times out of 10, it gets stuffed on a shelf until the last day of the sale.
And it's lost.
Right.
And it's lost.
Right.
So it doesn't. It's there, but the promotion of it, once you get to retail, most of the time gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. So. Unless they take a personal interest into it.
Unless people like us go in the office and be like, "Yo, what's this sticker? Or what's this bag? How come I didn't get this?"
Yep. Yeah, because they pack the box. It's all in.
Yo, Pate.
Yes, sir.
Can we add a segment to the show?
We'll talk about it. I don't see why not. But we'll talk about it. But my thing
is it okay to say that it goes along with what we're talking about? Or should we talk about it first?
Let's talk about it first.
Okay.
But my question is this: when you're having a hard time selling the shoes that people do have familiarity with, just coming from the brand perspective now.
Oh, you see, that's exactly what I was thinking. Go ahead. I think you're gonna say what I was thinking.
Why would you put this color out and expect for it to move?
Oh no, that's not what I was thinking.
Man, that dude, man, I just wait to see what he gonna.
Right, he is so fucking hilarious. To answer your question, Pape, I mean, honestly, I think it's just one of those things where they tell them, hey, it's the OG colorway, and it's like a summer color. You know what I mean? It's one of those colors that they think is going to sell.
Yeah, everybody is doing this weird.
So let me know.
Everybody's doing this weird sort of like Miami Vice hyper color going on. Reebok just put out that nasty ass Iverson in the same colors minus the black.
Oh
we have
yeah,
to
yeah.
remember that these you know we're a little bit too smart on this show to take the surface. So these plans and these shoes have been in process for at least 6 to 18 months. So what this shows is a lack of work up front. That means somebody got a report from another company that said this is what the trends are, this is what you should do, because there's nobody usually right now in these companies that know how to go out to a basketball court and watch and talk to kids and find out what's going on, as opposed to what somebody is cranking under big data. So this is a lack of connectivity. Period.
I mean,
I'm not going to agree with that.
Other brands, but not
I'd
Ewing.
like to give
Because Ewing, they
my
only
side.
recently came back. Yeah, just like you said, they planned this all ahead of time. They just probably picked what they felt would be the most popular colorways and models, and they might be missing.
Look at them colors.
I think Ewing brand is kind of in the same position that Supra was a few years ago. They have some great models. They have a lot of different colorways and materials that look good on those models. But unfortunately, they may have just milked certain silhouettes for a little bit too long, and I think the consumer is growing tired of Ewing brand right now. I see that, you know, they dropped a low top silhouette here. This is their first low top, and it's coming out. Is it the second? What was the first one? The Guard?
The Guard was the first.
Okay, the Guard was the first. So they're dropping a new low top just in time for summer. Does it say when it'll release here in June? And an original colorway, which I think looks good. You should definitely drop the original first. But it just may be a little bit too little too late. For somebody looking for an old school, retro, vintage looking low top basketball sneaker, I can't think of a whole lot out there right now, so maybe this will have some kind of impact.
The new Converse weapon is everything you just said.
So that's my assessment of Ewing brand. They definitely set the trends. You know, now you got Fila, you got Pony, you got Converse weapon, you got Etonic. Ewing brand, in my opinion, is the one that kicked all that off. So. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how much longer this trend of retro or vintage basketball footwear can go.
I'm curious on what people think about how should Ewing have strategically put these shoes out. I'm curious on what people think, because I think I heard Paige say
introduce this shoe in a familiar colorway first.
I mean, it doesn't get more familiar than the original.
In a familiar colorway.
Familiar is not original.
Yeah, like there's gonna be a Knicks colorway, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Every sneaker came out.
Yeah, but by then it's gonna be too late because people are gonna see this shit and not want the model anymore.
If you watch how Ewing Athletics, they always release sneakers 2 colorways at a time. So they show the one, then they're gonna show the second.
So when you say a familiar colorway, what do you, AKA what, Pape?
What colors do you associate with Patrick Ewing? Positive or negative?
Losing.
Well, I mean, this is from.
Okay, wait.
You know what? I wonder why Ewing Athletics come out with a.
Wait. Alice said losing. What colors do you are synonymous with Patrick Ewing and losing?
Supersonics and the Magic.
No, black and red.
What are you talking about?
He was on the Supersonics for a year. Then he was on the Magic.
He never got a championship because of Mike and
what
the Bulls.
team?
That's why.
What's busting his ass?
You talk about winning and the glory and the heyday, it's the home, white, blue, and orange. Those are all the colors associated with Patrick Ewing.
Way too much work into this. We're so digging. They got to do the Bulls colorway to represent what Ewing got when he lost. It's not. No. Average people are not going that deep. Even New Yorkers aren't going that deep.
They just need to do the better silhouettes.
New Yorkers got the weirdest sneaker though.
New Yorkers ain't going
exactly. This is not a New York shoe.
Nobody wore this shit.
They wore the high original. Like I don't remember all this stuff.
Some of y'all had this sneaker on with like neon cargo.
Stop it! Stop it!
Cut it out.
That's so random.
Cut it out.
That's so random.
I don't remember this shoe like that.
So Jesse, you think this shoe is fine to come out as it is?
What's that?
You think the shoe is fine to come out as it is?
No. It needs to come out, like you said, it needs to be familiar, not authentic. I don't think that the Ewing brand needs to be concerned about being authentic with a newer market. It doesn't make any sense. You have the high top with that little buckle on the back that gives you authenticity. Keep it in basic colors and keep rolling it. And then you add to your line. If you want to drop this, bring it out in a Georgetown colorway, bring it out in a Knicks colorway, or bring it out in a basic black on black, blue or blue on white, your basic colors for the summer.
I was just about to say that.
Ewing on the back, and then you'll get your maybe late 30s to 40s and plus that want to have an OG school rock this for the summer. But when you bring out something like this where the colors are a little scary, it's going to sit on the shelf because nobody wants to do scary.
They seriously need to bring out something that Ice Cube would wear.
Oh, man.
But that shoe is never summer, though.
Black and white.
Well, I think that we're overthinking it. I really believe if they brought this out in some regular generic summer colors, white on white, white on blue, white on red, something simple. I think this shoe will win off the top just because you could convey the hey, it's time for summer. You know what I mean?
They're not going to put out a lot of
shoe,
colorways.
Bring it out now, and it's simple. It's simple.
It's not. It's just.
I think we're overthinking it. I think we're overthinking it.
Yeah.
That is crazy. What is that?
It's time to move on.
What is that?
Okay, so the final shoe is the regular shoe segment of the show.
Oh, Nick, I need that.
Before we get to WTF.
No, you don't. It's got a lunar bottom. What the hell?
Hey, I don't know about y'all. I fuck with lunar. I fuck with the lunar.
Paper gonna fight
I'm not saying anything. D is told as remain quiet.
Did anybody
I
see
saw the Adidas thing, but until I get them in my size, hey.
Paper gonna punch his screen.
I'm quiet. I already said what I had to say on Twitter earlier.
Hey, thumbs down, yo.
Thumbs down.
I'm not a fan of lunar on like classic looking. Like I'm not a fan of it on the Air Force One.
I like lunar.
Okay, what if these hit outlets and they were going for $39.99?
Too much.
Oh, I'm buying every one.
$30 too much.
And you know what?
I'm driving.
Hey, hold up.
What? I'm with you, Steve.
Now you know what?
Let's go on. Go ahead.
Okay, so the to me, it's a couple things that's killing the shoe. It's the lunar, but then I'm not super geeked on the whole tape, whatever that is called. This whole mesh,
the breathable mesh material.
Yeah, like that. It's just, I don't know.
It's whack.
Just give me my felt red on the side, original Air Max 1. That's all I need.
This is like
what if you already got that?
If you saw this same shoe in the original materials, so the only thing that was changed was the sole.
I might, because my jeans could cover that back at the midsole. my jean lay would be kind of fresh on it, and it would hide it.
Okay.
But the rest of it, I'm not super geeked on.
All right.
These look like knockoffs.
I was gonna say, show what like knockoffs to you?
These look like knockoffs. These look like some bootleg.
They do.
Look like bootleg.
They look like something that's on Sneaker Street.
That's why they should be $39 on Canal.
So ridiculous.
Let me get them.
This shoe hits retail. It's probably well over $100.
Right.
But it doesn't do well. It ends up at outlets. It ends up at retailers being heavily discounted.
Right.
And
then they murdered the sole too.
It go for, like I said, let's say hypothetically $39.99.
Multiple pairs.
Multiple
pairs. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because I got to anybody when they start talking materials and all this, I get it. Come on now, y'all know who y'all talking to. If you get that close to my feet, you probably getting stepped on or kicked.
No, but I'm not. But that's the thing. I'm not talking about what you gonna buy.
No, I hear you.
I'm not saying like, oh, look at his feet. He got the. Nah, I ain't gonna move like that. But
I hear you. I like the classic colors in their right places. For someone who absolutely loves the shoe like paper, I get it. Stay traditional, bruh. Stay traditional. But for somebody like me, I like when they infuse hold on. This is a perfect example. I like when they infuse new technology into an old silhouette. I love when they do that.
You know what? And I'm with you to a certain extent. To me, when they started doing the Air Max 1s and the Air Max 90, like they got like 7 or 10 different infrared 90 things with all the new technology. Like some of it is going too far.
No, absolutely. Like the one that I don't like is the Hyperfuse Lunar Air Max 90 that they did.
See, that was crazy.
Horrible. That one is absolutely like. Hold on, I'll pull it up on my screen because it is horrible.
Look, this colorway, when I just saw it a few minutes ago on Nice Kicks, and it pulls you in. You be like, oh, you think it's the original thing, but then you look and it got the tape, it's got the Hyperfuse, it's got the Lunar. Like,
but you know what, Tariq? That's the thing that I like about it. For somebody like myself who's had the original a couple of times over, I like this. It's something different for me. You know what I mean? It still gives me the look of the traditional that I absolutely love. And it gives me some new technology and some different things going on with it. So that's why I love it. Will I pay full price for it? Hell no. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? If I catch this shit on sale, half off or something, oh man, I love it.
Now, I'm with you to a point. Some of them cool, but this is just too far.
No, see, the one on my screen right now, that's too far.
The one on your screen?
Yeah, that's too far. They both too far.
They both too far.
I mean, for a traditionalist, like I said, I completely respect that. Because, I mean, hold on, let me get rid of this.
Because you know what? Like, I could deal with an old colorway and they add something to it. Say, like, those Air Max that came out for the anniversary. And they added the green. Like, it's the same joint, but they added green. They didn't add no technology to it. Like,
see,
but that's the thing about it. We can do that. We can do that all day long on Nike ID. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why I like the newer technologies. It gives me a chance to try it because some of the silhouettes that have the newer technology, I might not want to try that silhouette.
See, and I went and got this one. This is the same upper that we're looking at on the one on screen. It's the fused technology with the tape and all of that. It's got a traditional bottom. It doesn't have the lunar bottom. It has a traditional bottom. But this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite shoes.
The tape is on that one? I can't really tell.
Oh, yeah.
The tape has to fuse it. I haven't bought a pair of Air Maxes since the Air Max. What's that? The 360.
I mean, this London is one of my favorites.
That's dope. It was dope.
That's a nice colorway though.
And so
the red and white color alone.
Exactly.
Paper's way too. He's way too traditional with it.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
with you, bro. I need.
And that's his favorite. That's his favorite. That's one of his favorite silhouettes. He's biased right now. You can't talk to him about this.
I need my felt red on the side, man.
That is my all-time favorite shoe. That's number.
I know. That's why you can't talk about this shoe right now.
Your heart is.
You're right. Your heart is way too into it right now. That's like me with the 3. That's like me with the Retro 3. Everybody knows I love the Retro 3. And certain shit, I don't want you fucking with the Retro 3.
Right. That's why I'm quiet. But certain things are being said that I just can't keep quiet with. It's like, if you're gonna do this bullshit, then don't put it on the original color. Introduce some new bullshit mix up and mash up.
You still talk shit about it though.
No, I would have left it alone.
Nah.
Okay, what about this green one? What about this green one on the screen?
I don't like nobody messing with the shoe that changed.
What about this one?
What are you holding up, Steve? Is a nice colorway. I like it. I like the colorway.
What about the green one that's on the screen?
Nah, I'm not messing
with the Luna, but I don't like it.
I'm not messing with none of those.
I don't like it
because it's too close. It's too close to your heart. That's why.
I ain't messing with none of them.
It totally is. It totally is.
I think that green one looks better than that red one.
Shut up, Alan. You're done.
I agree. The green one is better than the red one.
Kindly leave, sir.
Because the red one is way too close to your all-time favorite. That's why.
Yeah. The red one midsole is horrible looking.
Hey, it is horrible. That what were you doing there?
That's horrible.
Hey, Pay.
What are you doing there?
Yes, sir.
You gotta realize sneakers is a
see on my screen,
That's why that shit is there.
I see your screen.
This is how you feel about that. That's how I feel about this.
Kadoma, what do you have to say?
No engineered mesh, no tape.
Oh,
I was just gonna say there's no chill anymore.
There should be nothing on.
There's no what?
There's no chill anymore.
There's no chill anymore. There's nothing sacred.
You're right.
Oh,
There's
please.
not.
It ain't been shit sacred for about 10 years now. It's
So,
man.
I mean, don't be surprised. You know,
It ain't been nothing
you've seen
sacred for
Nike Air
years
on the
now.
back of
Come on,
Jordans.
y'all.
You've seen Lunar Foam on Air Max 1.
One of my favorites to rock around is the engineered mesh 90.
It's only going to get worse.
I love it.
I mean, I think you're right.
Never. I would never, Steve.
I love it, man.
I think you're right. There's nothing sacred anymore, but at the same time, if they're not getting rid of what's still there, it's not like the original. You can't get it. So if they took this out of the line and you couldn't get it, and all you could get is a new one, then I think you'd have an argument. But you can still get the one you want. It's still out there.
Like I like.
Yo, good point.
I like the Air Max 90 Current. Like that's one of my favorites.
I mean, they're trying to pay homage, but
and
they're not trying to. They're not.
They're trying to make money. They're not trying to pay homage. They're trying to make money.
There's no pay homage here. There's the fact that there's another generation coming behind us, and they want them to be able to be a part of what supposedly is classic and heritage about that brand.
yeah.
So you take a lesser, softer, less expensive sole, and you put it on a classic, and all of a sudden you can get shoes that look like your shoes your dad had, and you guys can
See,
be
that's
cool
too far.
together.
That's going way too far.
I got that Joker when I was up in New York. I got this over at Nike, man. I love this shoe. It's one of my favorites.
Hey, for those that if you see any of these laying around in a size 11, let me know.
Yeah,
it's not a crazy price, please.
You asking for a crazy shoe to find right now.
Right. So just to weigh in on this, because we all know I have unnecessary access. I saw the shoe, and the minute I saw the shoe, I immediately thought of paper, and I said, "Oh no," because I didn't think it would happen. Like I've literally been up close and personal with this shoe. I've held it in my hand already. I've seen at least 20 to 30 different colorways of it. I know what's coming. It's going to be color blocked a lot better than what we see.
That's sad.
It's going to be nice, but every time I looked at it, I thought of paper, and I was like, boy.
That's
Don't
sad.
you do it, Jesse.
I was like, wow. And I mean,
the green is worse than the red.
It's slimmer. It's more laid back. It kind of falls into that whole Euro thing. It is not the original, but I don't know. I think it's going to move. The way they have it laid out presentation-wise in the story they're going to tell, it'll probably move. It'll probably move.
Which one are you talking about?
The new Air Max, the new one, not mine. The one that I got up, the one that Paper's talking about, the one that's red and white. They're catching you with the red and white, but that lunar sole, it was constructed pretty well. And they're gonna catch you with the air pocket being in the same place, and then they're gonna hit you with mad colorways. This is hitting this summer. This is gonna hit you in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
That green colorway is not bad at all.
It looks worse than the red to me.
Tonight, and we have to let ladies go first on the last shoe of the night.
Oh, word.
My question is that real lunar, or is it made to look like lunar? They just shape the midsole differently.
Lunar just foam, right?
It's real lunar.
Let's realize that the original one wasn't lunar. The original one is polyurethane, so you can't shape that like you can shape lunar. So lunar, the new ones are fully lunar. Yes.
Okay.
That's like the way Torch was before Hyperfuse.
You know
right?
what lunar is, right?
What is it?
Who you asking that, Ben?
I'm asking anyone.
You tell us what it is.
It's a foam with more air in it. Less material, more air.
Right.
Yeah,
so they're gonna stop at nothing to put less material
in everything.
The shoe. Yeah.
What does the air do? What's the difference between a polyurethane?
I mean, it makes it lighter, but it also makes it less expensive to make.
Sure. But that's got nothing to do. You're not telling that to your average consumer. You can talk about this on this call, but the customer has no idea about that. They just know they get a softer, lighter shoe.
Yeah, it's a softer, lighter shoe. That's what you tell. That's what the marketing people tell the customer.
Like paper says, when you break up with Lunar, that's what happens.
We are telling everyone. Let me put my face on the screen for this one.
Yeah, those air pockets.
Sneaker lovers around the world, please
This
listen.
man, Luna just broke up with this dude.
When Luna breaks up with you, it's going to be ugly. It's
Heartbreak.
like Joe Rogan asked you to walk
Heartbreak.
on glass dipped in ketchup.
Heartbreak.
On Fear Factor.
Heartbreak.
Okay? It's going to be
That
ugly.
dude caught a- that dude over there caught an any heartbreak.
Hey, you pointing at me, man. Point the
No, I'm
other
going over
way.
your head. I'm going over your head, bro. I'm going over your head.
No, it's not.
Oh, on my screen, you pointing at me.
So you gotta like Luna until it bottoms out on you and leaves you.
Them
Hey, can I bring something up? Can I bring something up before you go to the next shoot? Hey.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is somewhat of what I talked about segment, but we talk a lot about like Steve and Jesse really go back and forth, and Leo goes back and forth. Y'all talk about story. Like I really like what Nike has done with the Agassi, with the tech, like with the U.S. Open one with the blue and the clay and all that. And then this new one with the French
country
Open.
pack, the country pack.
No, with the French Open, with that resembles his shirt that he wore.
Yeah.
I think we need to really like look more into that for the show. Like story.
Into story?
Yeah,
It's
like
a
I think
story in what way? You saying Nike did a good job? You want to know how they do it?
I dig what they did there, but like I think like that should be something we need to talk about more.
So you want to highlight like a story, like a kick story?
Yeah, like to pick a shoe every week or every other week that did good on the story, or pick a shoe that did bad on the storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Those shoes are so far in between, but I love your idea.
Fair enough.
What the Agassi?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
missed the mark with that one, buddy.
shoes that you're talking about. It's a good idea, but they're so far in between that you can tell a good story.
Oh,
So
so
what
then
I'm
you
saying-
don't like this Agassi that with the.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
How you get that from that?
What I'm saying
No,
is
I'm
the interval of which we have that segment wouldn't be every week, because every week there's bullshit out.
Yeah.
So I think if you find a few shoes to highlight, we could do that over time and stretch it out.
Yeah.
But it's not the kind of thing where we can highlight every week shoes that tell good stories, because 8 times out of 10 they tell bullshit stories all the time.
Yo, chill. We put the Sneaker Show 101 out there.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Can y'all hear me?
We
can hear you.
Because last week,
I think the biggest thing with the stories is having. It depends on who tells a story, because if you get a good person, somebody, and we all have people that we're cool with at certain shops, who know a little bit more, who know a little bit more than others, and they're able to tell that story where we can convey it. I think that's the best way to get the story. I think we're relying too much on the internet to tell these stories sometimes, and I think the real story usually comes from when you're in the marketplace. And I think that's the best way to get
but information
story.
comes off the internet. Everybody gets their information from the internet, no matter what.
Once again, I understand that, but I think it's better conveyed when I think it's better told when given by people who are passionate about it, instead of you just reading the screen like, oh, that was a good story.
Yeah, passion is
No,
always
but when you read the screen and you read the screen plus see the visual of the shoe, you can relate to it. You're gonna be able to co-sign. It's just not gonna be, I read it. I'm gonna
but I understand what you're saying, but not all shoes you can.
No, that's
it's
what
like
I'm
this.
saying.
You get a lot of stories. But how many are good that you read on the internet?
But that's why I'm saying that should be a segment in the show. We break that down. We already do it, but I'm saying we should contain it.
Like Paper said, they're so far few in between. It's gonna be difficult.
You gotta pay me for that now.
I like this.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. You gotta pay for that now.
I like the segment. It's just a matter of the interval. So with that being said, What's the story behind these on my screen, A the Great?
No, there's no fucking story. It's shit. It's shit on us on a hill. Like, what the fuck? And for $277.
So Bape is.
Where did they get the 77 from, though? That's what I want.
That's mad odd.
Bape is finally jumping into the wedge sneaker game. About how many years too late, A? 4, 5
years, yeah.
5 years too late. So now they're in with their traditional Bape camo, but with a Dunk knockoff wedge sneaker for the ladies. So these are, as A the Great stated, going for the nice, economical, and friendly price of $277
for a pair of shit.
For a pair.
All right, I need A to call out which female's gonna rock them first.
Tots.
Yo, don't say Ray Martin because she getting out this year.
Cause you know who in the female sneaker community who's gonna buy them. Come on, shout them out.
Sneaker Tots.
Because now there's no more Jordan heels. Everybody's going towards the wedge. So girls are gonna think they're really unique because they got Bapes on.
They're killing it though.
I don't think they're gonna reach that high.
They're not gonna pay that $277.
Leo, you gonna let a girl in rocking these?
You know what's funny? If her ass is fat enough, yeah, I
was about to say, listen.
No disrespect, hey, no disrespect, but I'm just keeping it always G. Hey, we keep it G on here, right? I mean, hey.
Listen, I understand. You have a penis.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a great way to sum up what could happen.
It is what it is. Hey, you know how I get out. It's all good.
Yeah,
hey,
that's funny.
And I'll say something about her shoe. You know them shits is whack, but you got a nice ass, so come on.
Come on in.
Yo,
but 5 years after
stealing all my tricks.
5 years after the height, or when this first launched, this trend, now here they go. And are they among, other than the high-end brands, just within sneaker brands, are they the most expensive ones, if not the ugliest too?
For girls?
No, they're not the most expensive ones.
No, not for girls.
Well, I mean, among the sneaker brands that are making them, is Bape the most expensive with this $277?
Nah, because Nike Sportswear got some wedges that's like $3.
Nike. Some of them does have them for like $3.
Yeah, the City Pack was like $280, no, or $250.
Yeah, it was $2 something.
Hell yeah.
But it wasn't that far off from $277.
It wasn't this high though. I don't think it was this high.
Look what Mariah Carey done started.
Well, oh no, but that would be a collab piece. I know the McQueens and the Puma ones are just about that high, a little bit higher.
Those are about $275, yeah.
Right.
Alexander McQueen joints are.
Yo, is this another example of the bootleggers affecting the actual marketplace? Like with the whole sneaker wedge thing? Because those weren't real, and then all of a sudden they became very real.
Well, I might be out of touch. I just have to ask.
The heel?
But the wedges been out for a while, since the 90s actually.
Yeah,
like, look at the Spice Girls, they wore sneaker wedges.
Yeah, they did. They were just like off-brand though. Like they wasn't like your mainstream brand.
Right.
Oh, they had the Skechers brand.
Right.
Yeah.
5 years ago, it turned into something else.
Yo, the internet is a crazy place, yo. The bootleggers are affecting the regular.
So I need to ask this question just out of purely simply not knowing. Number one, is anyone still wearing Bape anything?
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
That you wear, because you wear Ben like
you rock Bapes?
I'm not rocking Bapes, but I've seen a resurgence in Bape.
I don't think it's really gone anywhere.
You rock Bapes.
Now, sneaker-wise, they probably.
I have an affinity for some Bape pieces, yeah.
Wow.
But T-shirts and hoodie-wise, they still kicking.
Hey, the Cause pieces, Kanye's first sneaker. Bape made Nike Air Force One change the game. There's a lot of good things that came from that brand, but it's kind of like beating a dead horse right now.
Right.
Ever since
Nigo sold it. I think they've had a few good cool collabs. They did a Simpsons collab.
That wasn't.
I'm trying to think what else.
They've done every collabs because you got to
It's
realize
cool
now
to see
the
brands
people
do a
that own
collab
Babe.
with something as big as the Simpsons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've done
To each his
Transformers,
own.
Mario, all the Nickelodeon shows. You gotta realize the people that own Bape now are the people that own Uniqlo. So
Well, if they're the same people, they need to bring this price down to about 89 fucking bucks.
It's not the same people.
It's not? I want to
It's
say
not
it
the
is.
same people.
Yeah.
89 is still high.
It is, but at least that's less of a preposterous nature like this crap. I mean,
And this 277 price tag is kind of like early 2000s when it was just hard to get it.
Right.
Like, come on, it's not hard to get it no more. Like, slow your roll.
I'm just surprised to know that people still wearing Bape, but
No, they do.
It's not ridiculous.
Sneaker wise, it's gone down, but clothing wise, they still got people lining up for it.
No, I don't know about lining up.
Yeah, when it's a hot collab or something, they still got people lining up for T-shirts on Saturday.
What hot collab?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And T-shirts, they always have people lining up for their T-shirts on Saturday.
I'm asking because I don't know.
Right.
No,
No, the thing about Bape
What
in
is
the
he
last year,
saying?
they
They need a hot
re-released
collab to
everything.
sell the wedge?
No,
they used to not do it at all.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people still. He's saying people don't do it no more. People still rocking the hoodies and rocking the T-shirts.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Go to the city. You see it all day long, man.
I was
No,
just
they're
in the
not.
city and I didn't see that shit.
Yo, I see
I love
hoodies and
Jesse, man.
T-shirts
I
all
love
the time.
Jesse's reaction.
He said, no, it's not.
You go to any sneaker event, you're gonna see somebody with a T-shirt and a hoodie, man.
All right, Paper.
Yes, sir.
We beat this bad boy and turned it into glue. So
Yeah.
D Wells is ready. That boy is ready to ring the bell.
is done.
When
Bape,
you see his overlay go up more than 3 times after 11, he's ready.
no, I'm listening. I'm laughing as well as reading the text messages on Twitter and just the crazy stuff people are posting. That's all. So,
all right. This was the final show of the night. Bape, don't know why you're doing it, but you made our WTF segment with this one for sure. At number 1, you did a horrible rendition of the dunk. And the price of $277. This is not 2002, y'all. Chill. But this is definitely a wrap. Way to end the show. Thank you to everyone of the Soul Doctors who came on the show tonight. It's good to see a nice full house. It's been a minute since we had a full house. So welcome back everyone who's been away for a while. Special shout thank you to you Heat for showing me some love down in the A. Helping out with my little crisis. Lost my damn luggage for a day, but the boy helped me out. We'll be back next week, episode number 307. Kadoma, one more time, put the info out there for the H-Town Sneaker Summit, just so that people can check up on that.
H-Town Sneaker Summit, Summer 14. It's going down Sunday, July 27th at the Reliant Center, now the NRG Center. We got all the details on our site, sneakersummit.com. You can hit the travel tab if you're looking for deals on airfare or hotels.
Yep.
So that's
And we got June 22nd, Cleveland's Got Soul. For more info on that, they can going down at the Quicken Loans Arena. Make sure you hit up clevelandsgotsoul.org. And we'll be back again next week for episode number 307. Until then, we want to remind everybody that we have an audio archive already set up thanks to the good people over at TuneIn Radio app. So for BlackBerry, Android, and iPhone, you can catch up on what you've been missing all these years. And also, with summer being here and me being crazy, I don't think I've changed the prices yet, but the OSD online shop is up and kicking. Make sure you get over to osdlive.spreadshirt.com. Get you some dope tees, some of which have been designed by some of our friends and family of the show and some of the Soul Doctors themselves. So make sure you get over there. We even got iPhone and Android phone cases over there too. So y'all check it out. OSDlive.spreadshirt.com. So D Wells, it's time to transform and roll out.
It certainly is. It's been another good one, y'all. Y'all make sure you come back and talk with us, walk with us next week for a new episode. Until then, as we always say, keep your laces tied tightly, your tongue loose, walk good, and y'all be safe.
Brooklyn Show for mayor.
Hey, Show, you can't go to Australia. You don't like kangaroos.
I don't care. I'll punch a kangaroo in the face.